Gun battles, death by pineapple, eyes clawed out, skin removed, and sold on the black market. People sliced to pieces with swords, Bob the Builder denying membership, and hardcore pornography. The Japanese Mafia, famously known as the Yakuza, is a giant network of organized crime syndicates across Japan and the United States. With an estimated 58,000 active members in Japan alone, they've had a grip on the criminal underworld for decades through brutal vendettas, murderous bribes, and samurai sword attacks. Their roots can be tracked back more than 300 years when two groups of social outcasts, the Tekiya and Bakuto, united with each other for mutual protection. They began to control booths at fairs and markets and opened illegal gambling dens. Soon, they would expand to guard other people's businesses, keeping them safe in exchange for protection money. Within those groups, the Yakuza was born. Punishment for serious offenses in the Yakuza is a notorious yubitsume. Any gang member who disgraces the Yakuza name is forced to cut off the tip of their left pinky finger and hand it over to the boss as a sign of an apology. Although guns are now more commonly used, the katana sword is still an important weapon for the Yakuza and has been used for many high-profile murders of politicians and businessmen, such as Fujifilm executive Juntaro Suzuki. In 1994, Suzuki was hacked to death outside his home for refusing to pay extortion money to Yakuza gangsters. Another weapon of choice is hand grenades, called pineapples, by Yakuza gangsters. Their use of them became so bad that, in 2012, 2 people died and 12 more were injured when a grenade exploded in a car. The name Yakuza is believed to have derived from a worthless hand in a Japanese card game called Oicho Kabu. This is where the cards, Yakuza, which is numbers 8, 9, and 3, give a player the worst possible hand in the game. Up until the end of World War II, the Yakuza remained relatively small. However, in the post-war era, many of Japan's major cities were ruined. With major mass unemployment, Yakuza's black market trades began to thrive. By the 1960s, police estimated that the Yakuza had a total membership of more than 200,000 members. Having so much power allowed the Yakuza to control many illegal businesses, such as gambling, loan sharking, drug smuggling, pornography, and corporate blackmail, cementing its position as one of the most powerful, organized crime gangs in the world, now worth over $9 billion. Their presence in modern-day culture has influenced a lot of movies we watch and video games we play, as well as Yakuza being a hugely popular film genre in Japanese cinema. Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill, Marvel's Daredevil series, and Brad Pitt's Bullet Train are all heavily influenced by the gang. The award-winning video game series, Yakuza, has been so powerful that the series includes 8 main games. Even Bob the Builder has 5 fingers instead of 4 in Japan, after Japanese authorities decided to give him the extra digit so children would not think he was a member of Yakuza. The man behind the Yakuza was Kazuo Taioka, known as the Godfather of Godfathers. Taioka was the boss of the largest Yakuza organization, Yamaguchi-gumi, between 1946 and 1981. A convicted murderer, his signature move of clawing at his opponent's eyes earned him the nickname the Bear. He was responsible for restoring the gang's power during the post-war years. In 1978, Taioka survived an assassination attempt when he was shot in the back of the neck by a rival gang member at a nightclub in Kyoto. Weeks later, his alleged attacker was found dead in the woods near the city of Kobe. Taioka led until his death from a heart attack in 1981. Masahisa Takenaka was chosen to take over in 1984, but his life as a boss was cut short, as just a year later, he was assassinated at his girlfriend's home in Osaka by a jealous rival faction. The event sparked a famous conflict within the Yakuza called the Yamaichi War. During 4 years of in-house fighting between the Yamaguchi-gumi and the Ichiwakai, 36 gang members were killed, and many more were seriously wounded in an estimated 220 gun battles. At the time, even local newspapers carried daily scoreboards with the latest body counts on both sides. The Yakuza is said to be now led by Kenichi Shinoda, who himself was convicted in the 1970s for killing a rival boss with a samurai sword. Some suggest that the Yakuza are the true heirs of the legendary Japanese samurai, due to being well organized, With a strong hierarchical system, they use violence to accomplish their goals, and they believe that pride and honor are the utmost importance. Unlike other crime syndicates, Yakuza membership is not illegal, with authorities having no intention of criminalizing it, fearing that it would only drive them further underground. In fact, across Japanese cities, Yakuza-owned businesses and gang headquarters are often marked with a plaque to keep focus on their legitimate businesses. People from all walks of life can join Yakuza, but once they're in, they must cut ties with their family and transfer their loyalty to their family boss, a Yakuza group leader known as the Oyabun. Followers are known as Koban, meaning protege or child status. And depending on rank, members refer to each other as family members, fathers, or elder and younger brothers. The ritual of Sakazuki is the sharing of sake from a single cup between the Oyabun and the Kobun. It's the most important ritual in the Yakuza world, representing a strengthening of the bonds between both them and the organization. Another sign of loyalty is the Yakuza's famous use of tattoos. Members cover themselves from head to toe in elaborate designs, using the traditional Japanese style as the irozumi, a slow and painful technique of etching ink into the body with a sharpened piece of bamboo. The art is so valuable, the skin is sometimes peeled off the member's corpse once they have died and sold on the black market and even displayed in galleries. For all their criminal activities, however, the Yakuza have been known to perform charitable acts, such as donating and delivering supplies to earthquake and tsunami victims. These days, law enforcement authorities all over the world are trying harder to make serious efforts to suppress Yakuza activity, but they have survived for more than 300 years and show no sign of calling it a day.